My dad was just of that generation where it's just like, he was Clint Eastwood. Less is more. Simple grunts is how he communicates.
So it's a bit of a tough adjustment in our house, but it's good. I mean, I have two other daughters, so my oldest is very into the baby, but my middle child, not so much.
If we were ever under attack, I would use my wife as a human shield.
Hey there, sweethearts! Bringing you an oversized tub of popcorn and the juiciest Hollywood gossip you never knew you needed. Buckle up, besties, because we're about to unlock the mystery behind Tinseltown's golden couple, Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, and find out if their flawless image might not be as polished as we've all been led to believe. For years, Ryan and Blake have been the ultimate relationship goals, delivering clever tweets and playful red carpet exchanges that leave the rest of us swooning with admiration. But hold that thought. There's a buzz in the air suggesting things might be more complicated than they seem, especially now that they've been caught up in a whirlwind legal situation involving Justin Baldoni. So the big question on everyone's mind is this: are Ryan's famously sarcastic jokes about Blake just lighthearted humor? Or could they be glaring hints at deeper issues in their marriage? You know me, I never back away from spilling the tea. So let's dive in step by step. My relationship with my dad was complicated and tough. I grew up in a middle-class, blue-collar family, and my father was from that old-school generation, straight out of a Clint Eastwood movie. He kept things minimal, often expressing himself through simple grunts. My husband, well, he's a full-fledged millennial girl at heart. You don't usually see male superheroes like that, but for him, I'm his only close friend. Now, picture this. The year is 2010. Ryan Reynolds is gearing up to star in Green Lantern. Yes, that Green Lantern. Meanwhile, Blake Lively, fresh from her Gossip Girl stardom, steps in as his on-screen love interest. Their chemistry on camera, sizzling like pavement on a scorching summer day. But behind the scenes, things weren't so simple. Blake was still dating Penn Badgley. Yep, lonely boy from Gossip Girl.
My husband really, he's a millennial girl. He is, you don't see superhero movies, especially male superhero movies like that, but I'm his only friend.
Ryan was married to none other than Hollywood's own bombshell, Scarlett Johansson. At first, no one expected more than a simple friendship between co-stars. But guess what? Fate had something entirely different in store. Over time, hearts were broken, divorce papers were filed, and rumors spread like wildfire. Before anyone knew it, Ryan and Blake had become an official couple. Whispers circulated that their romance may have ignited before certain breakups were finalized. And in Hollywood, where there's a little smoke, there's usually a blazing inferno of speculation. Did their love story begin in an innocent way, or did boundaries become a little blurry along the journey? Ryan once shared an interesting anecdote. About a year after Green Lantern had come and gone, both he and Blake found themselves single. They ended up on a double date. Blake was with another guy, and Ryan was with another woman. But here's the kicker. The date was excruciatingly awkward for their respective partners, because across the table, sparks were flying between Ryan and Blake. That question, whether their romance had innocent beginnings, has never really been answered. And looking back now, it might be more relevant than ever. When Ryan and Blake officially tied the knot in 2012, the world collectively swooned. Their wedding photos, interviews, and social media posts painted them as the ultimate power couple. They had a playful, witty relationship, constantly roasting each other online with sarcastic yet affectionate banter. It was the kind of love that made others wonder, why can't my relationship be that lighthearted and fun? But not everyone was enchanted by their humor. Some observers started questioning whether it was all in good fun, or if there was an underlying imbalance. Was one always the target, while the other got to crack the jokes? Cue the so-called relationship experts of social media. Some became convinced there was a link between this specific brand of humor and a darker pattern, one where millennial women were suddenly realizing, thanks to TikTok, that their husbands might not actually like them all that much.
I am fully convinced that there has to be a connection between this humor that this couple specifically coined, a direct line from that to millennial women finding out via TikTok that their husbands hate them.
It's not even that they found out on TikTok, it's that they married husbands that hate them because they incorrectly categorized it as cute and funny and like what Ryan Reynolds does, but really your husband or boyfriend just hates you.
This whole like public spectacle that they've been playing for the last 10 years, and the media outlets completely latched onto it and was like, couple goals, like 20 times Ryan totally owned Blake on Instagram. And it's like him posting bad pictures of her and being like, my wife is a piece of shit.
Critics pointed out that in many of Ryan's jokes, Blake was often the punchline. Sure, she dished it back, but there was a clear pattern. Ryan was always the comedic star, while Blake was left reacting. This led to questions about the power dynamics in their relationship. One viral post even highlighted a screenshot of Ryan's Instagram, where he joked that if there were a fire, he'd protect a painting over Blake. Some found it hilarious. Others saw it as a red flag. LOL or genuine yikes? The post asked, sparking debate. Was it just dark humor, or was it a subtle indication of something deeper? Keep that thought in mind as this saga unfolds. Quick side note, if you're sipping this gossip like your morning coffee, do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because let's be real, I'm basically your bestie serving up the latest celebrity drama, and every click helps keep the tea piping hot. Now, let's fast forward to 2023. By now, fans were well accustomed to Ryan's trolling when it came to Blake. But their seemingly perfect image took a hit when they found themselves tangled in an unexpected legal battle, one involving actor, director, and all-around nice guy Justin Baldoni. Ryan has often joked that he's Blake's only true friend, but here's where things get interesting. Justin, known for heartfelt dramas like 5 Feet Apart, ended up in a lawsuit with the so-called Golden Couple. Rumors suggest the drama started on the set of It Ends With Us, the film adaptation of Colleen Hoover's best-selling novel. Blake had landed a key role in the movie and spent a lot of time filming with Justin. And, according to whispers, Ryan may not have been thrilled about how close the two became. Did his protective instincts go from mild suspicion to full-on legal action? Quite possibly. Now, a secretive lawsuit swirls around them, turning their lives into a storm of speculation. So here's the real question. Could Ryan's sharp sense of humor be more than just jokes? Could it actually be a sign of deeper insecurities, especially when it comes to Blake working closely with other men? Some fans are beginning to connect the dots, wondering if Ryan sees every co-star as a potential threat. And if that's the case, it wouldn't be the first time. Some believe this pattern traces back to his first marriage with Scarlett Johansson. Deja vu, anyone? Before Blake, there was Scarlett. And let's not forget, Scarlett was, and still is, a powerhouse in Hollywood, landing major roles left and right, while Ryan, well, he wasn't exactly at the same level of stardom yet. Relationships are complex, and breakups don't always boil down to just one thing. However, rumors swirled that Ryan may have struggled with the power dynamics in his marriage to Scarlett. Some close to the situation hinted that Ryan would have preferred a more balanced dynamic, or maybe even to be the bigger star in the relationship. Eventually, Ryan and Scarlett went their separate ways, citing irreconcilable differences.